Hello, hello. We back. Continuing on. Let me think. Last time we stopped just before we went to the bounty quest, I believe. We're gonna go to the bounty. Yeah, we just bought our ship, which is insane. Going to the bounty target, and then we're gonna go to the dome and drop off this guy. I don't think I need anything from here. Where am I? Baku? Let's go to Telhaka. Get the bounty done. So one thing that I was thinking about earlier with regards to the stats of the weapons are they don't show what their heat buildup is. And that's pretty fucking important. And I kind of wish they did. That's all. I wish it showed the heat buildup. So I'd be like, okay, well, I can just keep firing this weapon for days, sort of situation. Like, heat buildup, how quickly you dissipate heat from your weapons. Because I don't know that. Like, I don't even know what the bar is out of. Let's say it's out of 100, right? Heat buildup is, 10 per shot. Fires X amount of shots per second, that sort of stuff. I don't know what this 11 is in the weak zone thing. All right, let's just end this fool. Absolutely rocked. It's so fucking powerful, man. Where is it? There it is. Right in front of me. Ooh, 2,500 credits for that. Then my crew is hurt. Little baby to salvage. These are my laser cannons, which I'm really thinking about switching to for funsies. Ooh, ooh. I did get something out of that. Generates an energy field that dissipates shields and disables enemy ships? That sounds fun. Was that cooldown of 10 seconds or cooldown of 60 seconds? I wish that it showed the cooldown and stuff over here rather than in the weapons themselves. Duration 10 seconds. Interesting. Shield damage of 20 per second. So it's 200 shield damage on a 60-second cooldown and disables the enemy ships. That's the interesting part for me. That looked really short. Let's go find out on this guy down here. Don't clobber the ship, please. Oh God. Curious. Very curious. It's disable the ship part that intrigues me the most. Slavery is illegal. Ow. Stop hitting me with rockets, you asshole. Alright, let's get in close. Wow. That was nuts. That completely stripped their shields away. Damn. I'm on a slow as hell ship, but that's really cool. Put it on a fast ship. Swoop in real fast, like a really fast ship just armed with that weapon and shotguns, for example. Just swoop in, pulse. What is that ship flying around over there? Swoop in, pulse, shotgun them the hell, and then run away. Yes, give us the slaves. That was cool. Another rocket system. That was cool. I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm not gonna hold on to this? Oh, because it's on cooldown. It should be off cooldown now though, right? Nope. What are you doing, game? Ah, okay. So rockets come down here with the rockets. Rockets come down here with the rockets. 120, 120, 160. Can I have... Do I have enough to research the 120 fully? It's going to be one of four. I'll sit on it. Cannon Mark III, Cannon Mark III. Put the Cannon Mark III back over here. Forgotten what this was for a second. Magnetic mines. I'm going to start scrapping stuff. I'm going to start researching stuff, more importantly. Search here, Mark 1. Wait, don't I already have you? It was the just Plasma Cannon Mark 1, right? Oh, I have a Cannon of the Republic Mark 1. So I have the 120 already researched. Guided Missile Launcher Mark 1. Guided Missile Launcher Mark 1. So this is the 160, the beefy boy. This is nice. I like this a lot. I don't know if I'll ever get this again. I'm hesitant to research it, but I'm going to research it. What do you give me over here? I'm going to research it because in a future playthrough, I really want to try this out. So I'm going to research it. Organic laser cannon. Problem is, it takes 4. This is the problem with researching. I've got to find 4 of these in order to research it. Hold on. I don't think that's worth it all. I'm going to scrap it instead. Now, here's the idea. I can just go and find the blueprint at a station and purchase the blueprint outright, right? Right? Definitely scrapping you. Scrapping stuff is really good because it gives me quantum cores, which I need to upgrade my normal weapons. I buy shotgun. I'm tired of you, tired of holding on to you. Um, Stop holding on to the rockets. Anything under 2,000, let's scrap. Ooh, that organic laser cannon though. It's 200. Mm, holding on to a laser cannon. Cool. Holding on to that, I guess. Sure, why not? Maybe there's like a high tier maneuverable ship that I might want. Let's go to the Allied station. What's even here? I'm not sure. I wish I could open my. I wish I could do stuff in Super Cruise. I should really write the stuff down that I've kind of complain about, so I stop repeating myself. Oh, I fucked up the timing, but it's super dead anyway. Holy balls. My God. Just, my God. Nobody leveled. Wait, I think I'm sitting on you, aren't I? I don't have a scrapper. Am I not? Come on, click the button. There you go. I have a scrapper. I haven't leveled in a while. Why do you have 1 point over here in shields? Probably from earlier. Oh, this is Isbay. Yeah, definitely from earlier. Zoe. Nice. Okay. All these are resource collection, guys. Considering all of my weapons have been from looting ships, I should really, I think, max salvaging even more on even more people. Honestly, it's pretty sweet. That's the artillery cannon. That's right. The artillery cannons are broke, though. They are broken. They pass through enemy ships. I'd like to use them, but they're broken. Still, what I want to use the most is the lasers. The Gatling gun looked cool because it looked like a nice, faster firing version of the cannon. And I would rather have a faster firing weapon than a slow hitting weapon. Uh, and oh, that happens all the time, where you'll be warping and it drops you out of Super Cruise automatically as if there's an encounter, but nothing happens. You request permission to dock. Oh, there we go. Anyway, so like I was saying before, uh-oh, am I not, do I not have audio? I don't have audio? Why don't I have game audio? What the fuck? Output capture is not capturing output. Manually send it to my headset, I guess. Capture is not Capturing output. Manually send it to my headset, I guess. Okay, there we go. Shield gen, plasma artillery cannon. These are blueprints. Part of me feels like the blueprints scale with you, because like these blueprints are like mad fucking expensive. Repair the ship. Do I have prisoners? I do. Bop. That is absolutely no money. Nobody's hurt. Newman. Poor Newman. Newman's always getting shreked. Let's just go to the dome. I mean, there's only 2 of these. It's always delivery and bounty hunts. Might as well accept them. Shield gen. Okay, again, I don't think shields are all that important because you have missiles. Missiles are in the game. Not artillery cannon. If it was a laser, I would buy it. Also, shit, I don't have enough. Oh no, that's to make one. Jesus, dude, the resources you get are pretty small. Pretty small, because like to upgrade one of these takes quantum cores. Or to build one of them takes quantum cores. To upgrade them takes a shitload of quantum cores. Like, and that's just the quantum cores, not the organic crystals or any of this other shit. And I don't feel like, at least quantum cores specifically, like you don't get, like this one, you get a ton, but this one you only get like 1 each per weapon. That's kinda shitty. If you want resources to upgrade weapons, you're gonna have to scrap a lot of weapons, and these guys just, they give you bubkiss. And I have crazy, like, I have a lot of salvagers. Increased chance of rare, oh no, sorry, scrappers? Scrappers are engineers? Okay, I don't have, I only have the 1 scrapper. The one died. Something finished. Scrapping. Plasma artillery cannon. This one's been upgraded 3 times. I'm gonna sell this guy. I can't sell stuff. This guy's been upgraded 3 times. This artillery cannon. But when you scrap it, it still gives you like the same as everything else. So this guy gives you that much. Okay, it gives you a little bit more of these 3 resources, but quantum cores are really what I want. Because which weapon was it? If I wanted to upgrade it, was it this one? It costs 9 quantum cores to upgrade this weapon. That's nuts, dude. Oh, on the planet. That's right. I was actually just thinking, like, didn't I need to go to the planet? They definitely need to highlight the planet as well, the same way they highlight the space station, because I honestly didn't realize that I could land on most of those planets, which is the reason why I never found a shipyard. Again, going back to a point I've started making like the 3rd time now. I should keep a list of like the things I wish would change so that I stop repeating them so much. I'm sure that's annoying. I actually think I repeated that as well. The Center for Research and Preservation of Species of 3038-F had been active for almost 100 years. It was the most advanced facility for the study of biodiversity and different systems that made up known space. It was the first time you had set foot there. From a distance, you are stopped by the gigantic barrier that blocks the facilities. You head towards the nearest access where you will find a few armed guards guarding the entrance. You need to talk to the person in charge. Guard asks you for identification and gives you pass once their authenticity has been checked. Captain, we've informed the commander that you've arrived. We'll take you to the laboratories on one of our transport ships. The security team interferes with any navigation system external to our protocol. The security system, I said team. I suck at reading. like, wow. Real bad. You get to, this has taught me that I suck at reading. You get on the transport ship and start it up. The facilities were huge. You had been flying over the area for a long time and you couldn't even see the laboratory you were going to. From the heights you can distinguish different perimeters and constructions distributed over the space. Across the surface you see small defense ships and security agents from one side to the other making rounds. Some of the species studied in the center require complex systems to achieve similarly... Start over. Because I said it correctly, and then I went back and said it incorrectly. Some of the species studied in the center require complex systems to achieve similarity with maximum accuracy in their natural environment. A large percentage of the species in the research center are extremely exotic creatures, with incalculable value within the black market. The guard answered questions from the crew until the flight finally landed at the feet of the colossal building in the form of a dome. You enter the facilities escorted by the security guard who takes you through several floors of the interior while you look around with curiosity. Wherever you look, everything is full of creatures completely unknown to you. After you walk a while, you arrive at the room with a few test tubes and other useful things. While you wait for whoever sends you there, you browse the different showcases with strange specimens. Looking at one of the terrariums, you are struck by a small animal with the appearance of a reptile? Nah, it's changing. Some kind of jellyfish? No, it looks different from a while ago. What striking colors. Wait a minute. What were you doing here? Voice takes you out of the chance. Stay away from the polymorphs, Captain. You quickly look away and feel a wave of devastating fatigue. You shouldn't look directly at them for a long time. Polymorphs use their particular property to change in a hypnotic way to those who observe them up close. Curious creature, isn't it? You the person in charge? Dr. Margaret Rooms. You could say that, yes. I'm Dr. Margaret Rooms, a graduate in biochemistry and molecular biology, and director of the research center. We're not used to being visited by Republic troops. What are you doing here? We bring the cargo you asked for. Great. We've been waiting on them for months. Our last sample of Supranella. Our last sample of Supranella has had a disastrous ending. The investigation has been at a standstill ever since. Wow, do any tests go wrong? Not exactly. The specimen managed to parasitize one of our researchers without us noticing and left the facility. Vincent was an intelligent and educated person, but he had a serious problem with gambling. As soon as he arrived at his apartment, some men with whom he owed money took charge of collecting a debt. So they killed Vincent and his guest? Not at all. Once housed, the organism potentiates exponentially the capacities of its carrier. That night, Vincent could break a steel bar with his own hands. Apparently, the brawl made him hungry, and he went home to eat peanut butter sandwich. Okay. Although we were not aware of it, it seems that the organism we were studying reacts violently to any trace of nuts. As soon as Vincent swallowed the first bite, they both exploded into the air like a firecracker. Well, thank you very much, Captain. You've been great help to us. If you visit us again, don't hesitate to talk to me. Any help we get around here always comes in handy. I will. Oh, jeez. It fucking exploded. Alright. Do we want to go to Tokyo? Which is where? Way the fuck back here. Or do we want to go to Monk? Let's go to Monk and go to the Dome. Let's continue the mission. Game's been really fun so far. Yeah. The missions and like the questing don't really seem that fluid. Like, I don't really know how to say it, but like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel very natural. Things coming up and having to do stuff.
We've been waiting for you, Captain. The SMC fleet arrived several days ago, and the soldiers are waiting for you along with the 2 captains under your orders.
Captains under my orders?
Captain Burrows and Captain Dunn have informed me that they fought under your command at Artemis Hub.
I led the attack provisionally, but they aren't under my command.
Oh, okay. That's all they had to say about that. Yeah, so like I was saying, I don't know. Maybe it's that most quests kind of just have the one part to them. Like, you get the quest, you go here, you do the quest, and the quest is done. And the quest that the things that do kind of have follow-ups, like for example, like I took out a pirate vessel and the pirates sort of like accosted me. Nothing really has become of that. So I'm just sort of like wandering around until that plot thread crops up on its own again. It's not like further things that I have to do to progress that quest chain. And there's absolutely no indication of what I should do to progress that quest chain. I think that's it. That's what gives that feeling of sort of disjointedness of everything. Like I'm just sort of like wandering around, like I'm following the main quest. But if I just follow the main quest, I'm definitely going to be missing out on stuff. Like for example, I went to the arcade at one time and like things happened, or I went to like that cafe and I got a prisoner, right? So there's definitely exploration is definitely rewarded, but the side quests don't really have multiple steps. And so they just feel one and done, and because of that, it almost feels like there's not a lot to do. That's not how I feel at all, though. It almost feels like that they're just kind of unimportant to anything that's going on, because they have no impact on anything. They don't take any time to do. They don't have multiple steps, and subsequent events that might branch off from them are random, and I have no control over. Kind of wish that it wasn't like that. I would say the easiest way to do it would just be give it multiple steps. Like give quest chains that you are aware of, that you progress down, that aren't just the main story. Like for example, the bounty hunts. Maybe the more bounties I do, the more expensive bounties I can receive, right? Or like the delivery mission, same thing. just little things like that sort of make it feel like I have an impact. And the world around me has an impact on me, other than just the main story I'm supposed to be following. Because that's one of the big tropes with RPGs, right? Is that you never do the main story. You're always doing side quests. This feels like the opposite of that, where it's just the main story and the side quests are so brief and inconsequential that it just sort of feels like whatever. You dock the ships and disembark. The assigned SMC fleet, by order of Admiral Mason, had been already at the station for several days. You had to find Commander Thompson and gather the captains to prepare defense of the prison. You advance along the Great Corridor until you reach the gates guarded by a few armed guards who let you pass immediately. The Zane quest is a good example of that. He's always cropping up. Really interesting. The gigantic hall impresses you. The columns support several dozen walkways that surround the enclosure. These are used to access upper levels. In the middle of the structure formed by the corridors, you can contemplate an immense transparent dome located at the top of the room. Wonderful, isn't it? I've always found the main... Sorry if that's a woman. Wonderful, isn't it? Commander Abby Thompson. Wonderful, isn't it? I've always found the main hall impressive. It's funny. Most of our crew inmates don't even notice it when they come in, but a few weeks they'll give anything to see a glimpse of it. To sneeze. Okay. That sneeze took a while to sort of ramp itself up. Are there no more views outside of the prison? Thompson contains laughter, and you assume that's a no. You feel a chill. Long stays on a ship could be really overwhelming. Despite the space and views of a galaxy, you couldn't even imagine what life would be like in a 2x2 meter gray room. The prison guards have already taken up positions, Captain Wisbach. The SMC captains are waiting for you along with the other two captains. This way. Follow Thompson. You go up several floors before leaving the main zone through one of the corridors. The commander leads you through convoluted corridors that look exactly the same to you until you end up in a huge gate that opens in your path. That was to be one of the prison's control rooms. I just keep replacing fucking words, don't I? Jeez. An enormous space full of monitors where more than 20 men gave instructions by radio while they stared at the screens placed in front of them. Farther away from the monitors, you see a group of men talking to each other. Among them, you can clearly distinguish the Captains Burroughs and Dunn. It's good to see you again, Captain Wisbach. Dunn was starting to worry. He thought they might have intercepted you. Don't listen to him, Captain. Burroughs has been unbearable for 2 days. I suggested to Major Thompson that we lock him in a cell until the attack. You can't imagine the look on her face. That woman has no sense of humor. I'm glad to see you're both safe and sound. You go back to the group that watches you expectantly waiting for your orders. You raise your voice. Narutos' attack will be not long in coming, but we will not let them catch us with a guard down. Squadrons will take defensive positions and we will guard the docking bridges at all times. No one will leave their posts until relieving units are in position. At the slightest notice, I want full report. If anyone or anything enters the area, even a speck of dust, I want to know right away. To your posts. Okay, so I have that prisoner that I'm supposed to be delivering to the dome. But I guess while I'm doing this quest, I don't have the option to do that. Also, there's a ship right there. 2 days already passed since the deployment of the fleet in the dome. The fact that it has been so long since the warning of the enemy advance made you particularly nervous. Although waiting could have allowed you to strengthen your defenses and distribute the guard shifts more evenly, you would have preferred an improvised attack 1,000 times. The fact that Narutos was being so calm for the siege meant no good. Patrick. Captain, are you alright? You've been very quiet for a while. He's worried, Jackson. Children of the Sun are not especially renowned for their cautiousness. Something's wrong. I nod. I'm not gonna call her Ma, I'm gonna call her Lily, alright? Ma is just a guttural sound. Lily is a name. Lily was right. Since your arrival, you felt a sense of imminent danger. Nartos might attempt a frontal attack to board the station, but that minimized the chances of success. Perhaps infiltrated agents? It was unlikely. After Daryl Flynn's betrayal, every person close to him had been investigated carefully, and all higher charges had gone through Admiral Mason's exhaustive filter to prevent further betrayals. You had a hard time believing that any of the guards could sell you out. After meeting Commander Thompson and her men, it was clear how much respect and admiration they had for her. To be honest, it was not simply a matter of trust. All the soldiers assigned to protect the dome were nearly as much a prisoner of it as the inmates themselves. Those men resided in the prison themselves day and night, watching over security of the enclosure at all times, so they were inaccessible to the children. Even if the remote possibility had been given that Nartos had contacted any of them, the prison's complex camera system would have captured evidence. It's impossible for the guards to be hired by Nartos. It's a possibility we can't rule out. I'm not going to rule it out, because that's fucking stupid. Like, I can totally understand somebody on the prison absolutely hating working on the prison. So maybe while they were on leave, they got contacted and they'd set everything up. Like, absolutely not going to rule it out. You keep thinking about it compulsively. The prison cameras were monitored by no less than 30 men who watched the immobilized inmates at all times. They're immobilized? I think that just means in their cells, not like strapped down. I hope. That's barbaric as all hell. Never mind. What risk could a chained, isolated man present inside the safest cells in the galaxy? So yeah, they're fucking chained inside of those cells. That's fucked. Many of the prisoners were children of the Sun, convicted of various crimes against the Republic, but it was impossible for them to carry out any kind of riot. The prisoners never crossed each other, and in the few moments when they were not immobilized, several guards armed to the teeth were keeping an eye on them. You were close to the solution. Leaving the infiltrated agents aside, the only thing out of your control were the inmates. But it was absolutely impossible for them to communicate with the outside world. Being watched at all times without any kind of guidance, they could not know Nartos' plans or anything about what was happening in the dome. Jackson, what do you know about the dome? The recruit looked surprised. The dome is the largest space prison in Interstellar Republic, designed for prisoners under high security conditions. Some call it the Dome of Bones because of the popular belief that it is orbited by the remains of corpses of the former prisoners, which the guards throw away through the garbage extractors. Wait a minute. You don't think the children can get access through them, right? Not at all. The whole station is guarded. Do you know when it was founded? Stardate, blah blah blah. On the 20th anniversary of the alliance between the Interstellar Republic and the Children of the Sun. The commander appears behind you during the conversation. So, it was founded during the anniversary between the Republic and the Children of the Sun. It could be that the Children of the Sun, if they had planned their rebellion that far back, could have planted software systems to sabotage the dome way back then. But I feel like they would have also put in systems in place in like other things like the ships themselves, etc., where that eventuality would have cropped up before now. For years, the Children of the Sun guarded the dome next to the Interstellar Republic. When Nartos declared war on Tacet Stella, the problems began. On that day... Oh, I'm not speaking anymore. On that day, many of the Children's units had already departed for Space Summit, and a few that remained had soon left the prison hours before the attack. Some text shouldn't be italicized. I think it's with a C. Yeah, it is. He learns! It seems that Nartos had everything well planned. The Children of the Sun must have been preparing their attack for decades. One moment. Commander, what kind of control do the inmates go through on entry? When an inmate arrives at the dome, his clothing and any personal items are seized. Doctors perform an X-ray inspection to ensure that no contraband is smuggled into the prison. And once they're confirmed clean, the inmate undergoes health check to further in which further tests and examinations are conducted to confirm if he or she does not have any serious or contagious diseases. Are medical tests maintained after admission? Of course, less exhaustively though. Mobilization inside the cells completely prevents any suspicious activity. Could the medical team intentionally falsify the results? I suppose that would be possible. Even though the medical team works together, if everyone was willing to do that, they would be able to bypass the system. In any case, why would the doctors help inmates? Has there been a medical team formed by Children of the Sun? Thompson started to look worried, and with good reason. With our security, registers are nothing more than a mere formality. It would depend on the doctor's guards, but it is more than likely that at some point the 3 doctors in charge of the tests have agreed. Thompson's face is discomposed? What is that? Discomposed. Decomposed? No. Discomposed. Try to spell it right. Where's the word? There it is. Discomposed. Discomponsed. Discomposed. It makes sense. There's just the N. It is gradually relieved. I think we've been up too long, Captain. If the children introduced inmates with some kind of weapon, they would not be sure that their men would be there to take care of them. And even if it was the doctors themselves who were in charge of introducing whatever it is that you're thinking to the inmates, it would not take long for the alarm to be raised among the forced inmates. So basically they're saying, if the Children of the Sun were trying to smuggle in inmates with things that could be picked up by the medical checks that would help them escape or take over the station, there's no way to guarantee that the people who examine them are going to be Children of the Sun. Agents. And if the Children of the Sun were actually administering things to prisoners that would later help the prisoners break out of their cells, for example, or something, to try to have disarray within the station to facilitate an external attack, we would hear complaints from the prisoners of the doctors doing things to them. So the only way, which would mean that basically either the doctors were doing something to guarantee that the prisoners would not want to say anything at all. Don't know what that would be. Either complain or turn around and try to blackmail them. Or the entire medical team is Children of the Sun to guarantee that agents are there to receive the people that need to receive the external Children of the Sun agents. I mean, that being said, some of the inmates are Children of the Sun, so doctors could do things. So Children of the Sun agents who are with the doctors could do something to the Children of the Sun agents that are inmates, and they're Children of the Sun inmates, so they're going to keep their mouths shut. I didn't even read this button unless the inmate's one of them. The sound of the explosion floods the main room, which is shaken with energy as you cover yourself. You open your eyes surprised, and quickly see that the chaos that has been generated. In the midst of the confusion, some guards climb up the gangways towards the detonation zone when you hear Commander Thompson's transmitter. Guard of the Dome. Commander, 2 of the prisoners have blown up! We've lost the signal from several cells in the G block. Still stunned, you hear the voice coming from your communicator. Between the sound of the screams of the troops running from one side to the other, and with a beep in your ears, you can hear the Captain Bradley's voice. Captain, come in. Children of the Sun have reached the sector. We need reinforcements. It takes a few seconds to assimilate the situation, but you look at Thompson, who is motionless in front of you, completely devastated. Oh great. Of course, she just falls apart? You advance to her quickly. You need her to keep a cool head. She was the person who best knew the prison's defenses. She had to remain in command of the guards while the fleet rebelled against the children. While the fleet repelled the children. You barely advance 2 steps when another detonation shakes you. Commander, gather the troops and protect the entrances. That Nartos had everything thoroughly planned before the attack on Tacit Stella didn't surprise you. But using the lives of his own men, prisoners in the dome as mere explosives was a limit you thought he wouldn't succeed. You activate your communicator and command. All squadrons, take off immediately. The soldiers of this station will have to deal with this alone. Stay as far away from the prisoners' quarters as you can, and don't allow any of the Children of the Sun to disembark. Thompson comes to her assistance. Miles, Hera, I want your squadrons immediately on the upper floors. All troops to battle stations. No one will escape from the dome under my command. Crew, let's go. We'll repel the ships from the outside. I'm gonna pretend that she was simply stunned by concussive force, not just failed to act, because she didn't take me as the type of person that refused to believe that her station could even be attacked, right? She didn't give me guff whenever I asked her questions about the potential security of the station. They're just fighting and dying out in the backgrounds, aren't they? So it doesn't, usually the trope is that somebody who doesn't believe the station could be attacked ever is the one that's stunned into immobility when the station actually is attacked. But she didn't seem like that kind of person. And I don't like the fact that she got stunned into immobility at all, because... But, whatever.
Hold your positions. Reinforcements will arrive immediately.
Alright, this is the first
What happened?
test.
Why weren't you responding to our communications?
Nardos infiltrated Children of the Sun as inmates before the attack on Tacit Stella. That coward is blowing up his own men to dead our defenses.
God damn it! Captains, full power to weapons!
Maybe not much. Oh my god. There's so many ships. What the hell? Absolutely shredded. There are so many ships there. Fucking crap. So, I just have to repeat all that again. Yeah. Jeez, there's so many fucking ships there. Actually, wait. Hold on. Let's make sure that... Okay, how do I want to play this? I'm gonna do a couple of tests here real fast, because if I recall correctly, this gets its power from weapons that are... Like, if the weapon's at full cooldown, or at full heat, this gets almost no benefit. I just want to test that real fast. Just trying to show things. Thank you, Boosting, for helping me test. Interesting. That gave me like 13% across the board. Practically nothing. Just wait on the cooldown now. Gave me like 25% across the board, which is not very good. For overheating my weapons, that's not very good. Okie dokie. Just to save time, so I don't have to wait. I'm just going to save and exit, and then enter back in. So I don't have to wait like the 40 seconds or whatever. Although this is taking a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. There we go. I was expecting it to be faster. Might not have saved any time. Damn, upgrading this takes circuits. So that looks like it's like right at the tippy top of the bridge there, which is a good spot for it. It's not blocked, so like if a missile comes from the right, it looks like it's right here. Missile comes from the right, it doesn't get interrupted. There's so many fucking ships there, dude. Like, my god. I actually think that I'm going to use this pulse generator, because I'm going to start right next to an enemy ship. And this pulse generator basically is a free kill. such little damage though. Mines would actually be really good too. Like maybe replace 2 of these with lasers and get the mines on board. Right there. Actually put these guys back down here. This right there. Just so that I have a little bit more firing time. It doesn't quite overheat so fast. He's so absurdly surrounded by ships. It doesn't feel like some curiosity. Okay, it does. It does. Could. That Gatlin's fucking wild, man. I've been repeating again. The Gatlin's cool. I wish I had more Gatlins. Cannons generate a shitload of heat. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah. Want the pulse generator up front. Magnetic mines can be up front as well. That way I can sort of like points. Alright. Let's see what this loadout does. I dropped it down to 1 anti-ship. Be spawning in the middle of all the fuck off ships, so...
We've been waiting for you, Captain. The SMC fleet arrived several days ago, and the soldiers are waiting for you along with the 2 captains under your orders.
Captains under my orders?
Captain Burrows and Captain Dunn have informed me that they fought under your command at Artemis Hub.
I led the attack provisionally, but they aren't
It's
under my
about
command.
1% per second. There's not a big difference between Okay, wow, there's actually a big difference between 3 pips and 4 pips. Because I was checking the shields to see the regen rate. With 3 pips, it's like 1%, 1%, pause. 1%, 1%, pause. 1%, 1%, pause. 1%, 1%, pause. With 4 pips, it's like 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. It's like 1% per second. Whereas with 3 pips, it's more like 2% every 5 seconds. I feel like I might actually fight like this. All pips to shields, because there's so many fucking ships. I also really don't feel like my hull is that much stronger than on my other ship. Even though I've got 1,000 more hull or resistance. Am I gonna be repeating the same thing? Always found main hull impressive, yeah, same thing.
Hold your positions. Reinforcements will arrive immediately.
What happened? Why weren't you responding to our communications?
Nardos infiltrated Children of the Sun as inmates before the attack on Tacet Stella. That coward is blowing up his own men to dead our defenses.
God damn it! Captains, full power to weapons!
Nardos' ship is coming into the area. Stay away. We can't beat him one by one. We want to get him, we must finish off the support ships first.
May the light of the fallen lead you to victory. Do not let the sacrifice of your brothers be in vain.
Nardos, I'll make you pay for what you've done. They were your own men.
To die for the children's is the greatest of honors, Captain. They will be remembered as heroes.
They can't hold us back! The Children of the Sun will burn the Republic to ashes!
You're nothing but puppets at the mercy of Nardos!
The Emperor controls the universe! We would gladly die under his orders.
The Interstellar Republic will hunt you down, Nardos! We'll never let a monster like you take over the universe!
You no longer have power over the Children of the Sun, Captain. We will submit you to the last.
Captain, one of the docks is down. The Children of the Sun are breaching our defenses.
What's the status of the rest of the docking bridges?
They are at their limit. I have directed all units I have been able to contact to recover the lost bridge, but they cannot retreat from their position without the children seizing it.
There's too many of them! We can't stop their advance!
Victory is near, brothers. Hundreds of the Children children of the sun have lived captive by the Republic in that gigantic cage. Break your shackles and shatter their will. May the sun light their way.
Captain, the children's ships are disembarking! Commander Thompson needs you at the station!
There's too many of them, Bradley. Abandoning our position would expose you.
Don't worry about me, Captain. My men and I will handle it. We can give you a few minutes of cover. Make sure you make them pay.
Copy that, Bradley. On my way to the station. Thompson, we're on our way to your position. What's the nearest cleared dock? Did you hear that, May? Thompson thinks this is insane.
Maybe it is for carbon-based life forms, Captain. Fasten your seatbelts.
Now that's what I wanted to hear. Engines at full power.
No, not engines at full power. Shields at full power. Don't listen to me. Why aren't you dying? I was gonna blow you up and go, Doc. Should not have all their ships. Having full pips of shields. Awesome. That's the strat, by the way. You couple the ship and get off immediately. The children had managed to make their way through one of the docking bridges to the rest of the prison, where they were now fighting Thompson's guards. The state of the prison was critical. You run down the corridors to the main room, which is filled with rubble and smoke from the continuous detonations. You activate the transmitter. Commander, where are the children? Thompson. Nartos' soldiers have taken Block C, Captain Wisbach. Miller's squad is down. We can't stop the children's advance. We're heading for the prisoner's cells. Copy that. We'll be on our way there immediately. You head as fast as you can to Block C as you hear explosions from other pavilions. The sound of lasers resonates louder as you approach the access gate. You open the gate and the continuous flashes blind you for a few seconds. Inside, you distinguish the soldiers from the commander shooting a group of enemies from the upper floor, trying to stop their advance. Captain, there are too many of them. Most of my men have fallen. We must leave the block and protect the control rooms. Nah, she knows best. She 100% knows best. Well, that was weird. Christ. Frank's about to die. Oh my god. Please don't kill Frank. No, Newman! Oh god, everybody's dying. There's so many people. Whew. I needed that. God damn. See, like, I can't use these. Never figured out how to use these. But I'll probably just passive bus anyway. Yes. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh boy. Manage to advance through the block, opening your way by shooting until you reach the corridors that separate the prisoner pavilions. Captain, the camera system is down. Are you alright? Affirmative, Thompson. What's the situation in the command room? We've defeated the very first waves, Captain. At the moment, we have everything under control. Alright, we're going to Block C. That gave you a bad feeling. The Children of the Sun who finished disembarking should have headed directly to the command group to finish off the majority of the commander's troops. Whatever it was, they were looking for something rather than someone. Specialist leading. Captain, the camera system's down. We won't know the positions of the children's troops. If you want to cover the entire terrain, you would have to separate, even if that increased the risk. These are both the same thing. Lily, Kato, and Isabel, go. Jackson Bauer will come with me. Yes, Patrick's with me. They don't want him accidentally dying, so he's not part of the actual crew yet. That might be why he's not part of the crew. Alright, us three and the rest of the Marines. We'll divide into 3 groups and keep in touch. Notify me immediately if you engage in combat. Yes, Captain. Go into one of the corridors with yourself leading the group. Patrick Johnson will go behind you, followed by Bauer, who will cover your backs. Prisoner pavilions were similar to the main room of the dome. Several walkways rose in a circle next to the cell gates. Most of the lights were turned off or completely destroyed, and many of the stairs to the top were usable. Can you imagine me trying to do this in my old ship, by the way? Fucking possible. The cells of the inmates who had exploded during the attack were perfectly distinguishable, as the damage had extended to several cells around them. Despite the large number of explosions, there was no critical damage done to the block. It might have been a result of coincidence, but your experience told you that the Children of the Sun had been particularly careful with the attack in that area. Captain, come see this. Patrick Johnson waits in one of the open cells where one of the inmates' bodies lies. As soon as you see the body, you know exactly what the recruit's talking about. You didn't have a sharp eye to realize that the man had been a victim of laser weapons. We're close. This room has been opened from the outside. We must hurry. Keep moving forward and the scenario becomes even more hopeless. In one of the corridors, you see several bodies collapse, victims of the battle. Both Thompson's guards and Children of the Sun lie dead in the middle of the path. Pass cautiously until you hear a whisper from one of the bodies. Jackson immediately runs towards it. Captain, there's one guard left alive. Be careful, if the children are capable of sacrificing their own men, imagine what they can do with ours. It was a horrible thing, but it was the truth. The Children of the Sun knew that you would chase them through these pavilions. There is no better place to hide traps than the fallen bodies of soldiers of the Republic. You must be cautious. My thought was actually that maybe it wasn't a guard, maybe it was a Children of the Sun. but the fact that they even gave me the option of being like, no! I wanted to click that button. Because it could be any number of things. Like, for example, my character thought that he could trap the bodies. Perfectly reasonable. So many more branching things could have come from me going no than otherwise, basically, that all would have ended badly for us. The trail of open gates guided you. As you advanced, it was more frequent to see open and completely empty cells, probably of prisoners rescued by Naruto's troops. That was bad. Each moment that passed by, the number of enemies grew. Prisoners may be particularly weak after their confinement, but they were dangerous criminals who would do anything to escape from that place. Suddenly you hear a murmur come from behind a security gate, whispered Jackson and Bauer. Those keep hidden, we must find out what they're up to. We will follow them. These are the same thing. You approach in silence, where the voices come from until they are indistinguishable. You stick your head through one of the corridors and you see a group of enemies. You have found them. Soldier of the Children of the Sun. Commander Riley, Captains Andra and Stein have been released. Riley, we're running late. Have them go to the docks immediately. Soldier, there's a problem. Frost's squadron has encountered a group of soldiers from the Republic. Several rescued soldiers and inmates have been wounded. They can't get out of Block C. You and Patrick will meet each other at the same time. They were talking about you and the rest of your crew. Keep listening. Abandon them. We don't have time for this. Our priority is to rescue the target. At your orders, Commander. They resume their search. They resume their march while you remain motionless in your hiding spot. The commander stops again for a couple of seconds. Sir? Nothing. Must have been in my imagination. Hurry, this place makes me sick. So she's definitely suspicious of us. She probably saw us for a second. Let me keep following. You continue to advance at a prudent distance from the enemies as you move through the labyrinthine corridors. It seemed that they themselves were not entirely sure of where to go, returning many times to the same group of cells you had passed through before. The group suddenly stopped again and you hear the commander's subtle laughter. This ends here, Captain. It's a shame. We don't have more time to stay and play cat and mouse. This is Commander Leon Riley. Below the Y-35 lockup scene. Your heart skips a beat. With the attack and the tension of keeping yourself hidden, you had completely forgotten that each of the cells beside you could be a death trap. Making you roam the corridors to position yourself just where they wanted you to be had been a masterful. Body to ground. You throw yourselves to the ground as fast as you can, but it's too late. A big explosion illuminates the room, shaking the walkway. The blast wave throws you in the air, and the intense heat, followed by extreme pain, travels through your body. After a moment that seems eternal, you hit the ground with great violence, becoming incapacitated for a few minutes. You come back up in spite of the pain, looking up at the children who have your man handcuffed in front of you as they point at them from behind. Sorry, Captain, we couldn't do anything. Shit. Let them go and I won't blow your head off. The soldiers kneel Jackson and Bauer down while pointing at their necks. Come on, Captain Wisbach. Don't look at me like that. This is a courtesy gift. I'll let you choose who dies first. Well, who would it be? The experienced soldier or the inexperienced recruit? Which one do you think your hero captain will save? Fucking neither. Wrong answer, Captain. You hear the commander's weapon resounding through the room as the lifeless body of Bauer falls to the ground. I gotta reach in for that. Impartial. I'm not gonna. Jackson's scream kicks in your ears while you're paralyzed. The commander keeps talking without worrying too much. You both knew you wouldn't make it out of this alive. I will take as many Children of the Sun as I can. You're going to die in a hallway. Be sure to strike back. Both you and Jackson were doomed. You had to choose how to die. You'd rather fall in combat than be executed at the hands of those psychopaths. All of these thoughts flash through your head as you prepare to shoot. Hopefully you could finish off the commander and one of two of the guards who held Jackson before collapsing. You get ready to charge when you notice a move behind your back. Surprised, you try to dodge the butt heading straight for your face, but inevitably hits you head on, knocking you to the ground. The commander had won. The scene with the prisoners had bought them enough time for some soldiers to reach you from the rear. Your eyes were clouded and you hear voices further away. Take these two. Procyon's brothers will pay millions to see a captain of the Republic die in the arena. Damn, son. I wanted to loot all those ships. The burning feeling in your face and the taste of blood wake you up. You look confused at your wrists, which are in living flesh due to the friction the handcuffs you are wearing. Everything was confused. You try to remember what had happened, but the pain in one of your ears barely lets you concentrate. Bauer. Images from the last crew hours come back to your mind, and you feel nauseous. Commander Leon Riley and her men had trapped you in the dome and executed one of your crew in cold blood before your eyes. When you feinted due to the blow to your back, you did not expect to wake up again, yet here you were. You look around trying to discover where you are, but the light blinds you. A familiar voice coming from one of your sides startles you. Captain, you're awake. Thank goodness you didn't seem to be breathing. Where are we? We're on the ship of Leon Riley, heading towards the Procyon sector. I hear the commander say they will deliver us to one of their planets. You remain silent for a few seconds as you remember. The headache intensifies. Your last memories were still unclear, but them taking you here makes all the sense in the world. Do you know anything about Bauer? Jackson dodges your gaze and you understand the meaning of it instantly. Does the commander plan to do it? What does the commander plan to do with us when we get to Procyon? He'll take us to Nova Magna? Riley intends to deliver us to one of its capitals. I don't know who what. I assume Nova Magna is one of the capitals, so I'm gonna say that. Nova Magna, one of the important capitals of the Children of the Republics, Children of the Sun, and one of the planets bordering the Republic. During the centuries in which the alliance between both lasted, the city had grown prosperous in the nucleus of commercial relations that they had between themselves. Now that Nartos has declared war, Nova Magna had changed drastically. The borders had been closed. All foreigners, including the Republic's own representatives, have been imprisoned or executed. Soldiers patrolled the streets day and night, and warships now occupied the immense spaceport guarding the territory. After the defeat of the Children at the hands of the Republic, they were allowed to maintain part of the autonomy within their territories under the law of the rest of the galaxy. The Children of the Sun were forced to abolish slavery within their sectors and close the arenas of combat. Okay, so that's interesting. So I guess before the Children were brought into the Republic and the Children were at war. The Children lost, the Republic took over their governments, basically. And that's how they were like allies. They were not peaceful allies. This was probably a really long time ago if I had to guess, because they were building prison systems alongside one another, so they probably became trusted at one point. That's a really interesting tidbit of information of why the Children might want to rebel. They probably always resented the rule of the Republic, or just biding their time. Possibly. Fighting in the arena was deep-rooted practice among the Children of the Sun. In Nova Magna itself, there were dozens of enclosures where you could watch death fights between slaves and prisoners. A disgraceful spectacle and a flagrant violation of all rights that the Republic defends. Do you really think anyone can enjoy something like that, Captain? It's horrible. You've already had the pleasure of meeting the Children of the Sun up close. What do you think? Must flee. Jackson keeps quiet by your side while you try to think of something. There's got to be some way out. You ponder your possibilities over and over again until you fall asleep from exhaustion. You open your eyes again, and you feel cursed. As you see that all this had not been a simple nightmare. You are still handcuffed in the cell of a commander of the Children of the Sun, and what's worse, going straight to one of its capitals. At your side, Jackson sleeps as if nothing had happened. Wake up. You interrupt Jackson's sleep and he looks at you, absorbed by the situation. He seems to have thought the same as you. We have to get out of here before we land. If we get to Nova Magna, we're lost. There's nothing we can do, Captain. The force field in the cell would disintegrate us if we tried to break through. There's no way out. We have to try. We can't give up. You get up immediately while you take off one of your boots with difficulty and raise it with both hands. You approach within the intention of throwing across the field when a voice surprises you. I don't think that's a good idea, Captain Wisbach. You can't disable the force field. My system. Throw the boot. You throw the boot with force across the force field. As soon as it passes through, it immediately disintegrates. The lights flash for a second, and the My System complains again. I told you to stop. Do you know how annoying it is to have to balance the flow of energy field? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Apparently it creates a shitload of energy draw whenever the field has to zap something. I told you to stop. Blah blah blah. You act as if you didn't hear anything while you untie your other boot. There's no escape from here, you had nothing to lose by trying. You refuse to sit and wait for the children to finish you off. You should be a good prisoner and remain still until you are delivered. The commander would be disappointed by your childish behavior. Throw the other boot. The boot hits the field and disappears without leaving any trace, just as the previous one. Are you listening to me, Captain? You're the worst prisoners to ever pass through our cells. You look to both sides looking for what else to throw when you look at Jackson who watches you in silence. You address him. Jackson, are you not going to do anything? I've already seen it, Captain. It wouldn't do any good. There's no hope left. We should surrender and accept our destiny. You're still under my command, Jackson. You're not going to help me get out of here. You're going to help me get out of here whether you like it or not. Jackson takes off one of his boots with a disapproving attitude. Your rebellious behavior has infected the other prisoner. Congratulations, Captain Wisbach. You become #1 on my blacklist. Throw the damn boot already. Once again, it disintegrates completely. No wonder you're inside a cell. You're truly despicable people. Jackson looks at you sideways with an accusing expression. That was a waste of time. The commander will give you what you deserve when you get there. This time you won't. Power in the room falls, cutting off the ship's artificial intelligence system and turning off all the lights. What the hell? You both look confused. It could not have worked. You try to say something to Jackson, but you can hear nothing more than a strong explosion. Immediately, the room shakes violently and you make an effort not to fall to the floor. The ship was under attack, there's no doubt about it. After being attacked hundreds of times, you can easily distinguish how the projectiles hit the hull of a ship. The reinforcements had arrived. The failure in the system must have been due to the use of enemy inhibitors. Whoever the attacker was, they knew you there and was trying to free you. You passed by carefully in the space where the force field once stood and breathed with relief. Jackson, we won't have a better chance than this one. You leave the cell as the attack intensifies. Outside the cell, you hear the screams of the ship's crew running from one side to the other. Commander, the systems are down. It'll take us a few minutes to re-establish power. You recognize the commander's voice coming out of the transmitter from one of the nearby soldiers. Idiots, go immediately to the cells and don't let Wisbach escape. The escape got even more complicated. Even if the reinforcements managed to board the ship, it would be of no use if the Children of the Sun had killed all of you before then. Jackson, we must fight. You come out of the hideout to throw yourself behind the guard's back. Using the handcuffs to keep your hands tight, you strangle him with all the strength you can until he stops shaking. You find the guard's security card and allows you to free yourself from the heavy handcuffs. You take the rifle out of the dead guard's hands and give the secondary pistol to Jackson. What now, Captain? Make your way to the gate or hold this position until the reinforcements arrive. We are definitely not holding this position. This position is where they will be going to look for you. Weak. What? Why weak? To ensure the rescue, you would have to reach the boarding gate and activate it manually. Most of the soldiers were too worried trying to keep the ship operational, but it was still dangerous. With no other option, you come out in the open and run through the corridors, opening fire at will. Many of the machines explode before the continuous attack from the outside, generating an even more chaotic atmosphere. After destroying every Child of the Sun on your way, you see the activation terminal right in front of you. You run as fast as you can and try to access it without any access. Why? Oh, has lost an attribute. Weak. Oh, huh. I was just like, why the fuck is that weak? Damn it, you don't have any energy, but must wait for the system to be restored. You're waiting impatiently. If the children reactivated the system, you would have enough time to allow the boarding before they could react. Time stops while you hear the screams on the upper floors. There was no doubt the attack had been a success, but that you could get out of here alive was still an uncertainty. The lights come on again and you hear the terminal. It seems that the ship was already docked, waiting for an opportunity to board the ship. With the nerves of the moment, you fail a couple of times until an alarm indicates the opening of the gate. From the darkness you distinguish a smiling man who greets relieved. Jesse Bradley. Whizbot. Bradley. Behind him appear members of your crew who run towards you. Captain, we thought we'd never see you again. I've been really worried. Spoken text should be italicized. There will be time for reunions. We must wait. There will be time for reunions. We must return to the ship. No, I still have unfinished business with Riley. The fuck I do? Get to the ship and they can blow it up. If they have docked with the enemy vessel, that means the fight outside is going well enough for them to do so. Which means it's going well enough for them to leave and blow the fuck out of the ship. I don't have unfinished business with Riley. Hell no, I don't have unfinished business with Riley. My job is to get the hell off this ship and get back to space. Republic space. I am angry that it doesn't give me another option. This is stupid. This is fucking retarded. Your expression becomes sharp and your crew don't ask about it. They know you well enough to know you are dead serious. Specialists arm you and Jackson and you proceed to go towards the ship's bridge. I don't like this. I don't like that I was forced to do this. It's absolutely moronic that I would stay on board this ship and put my crew in danger again. Again, we don't have to be here. We could just leave and blow the ship up from outside. I'm mad that they're making me do this. If any of these people get hit, they die. Well, Lily just died. Awesome. Fucking awesome. I've never lost a crew member like this before. I don't know if she's permadead or not. Nope, she's dead. It says dead. Awesome. That's fucking great. I'm glad the game forced me to do this. Cool. One of my crew members died for no reason. Fucking Christ. The surprise attack had managed to destabilize the children. Now that Bradley's crew passed from the outside, you attack from within. Battle quickly turned to your side. Battle is concentrated on the command bridge, where the last of the soldiers' children remain, trying to protect Riley, who screams furiously. It's not long before you get in the room and kill the last units. Commander Leanne Riley sits in command chair in silence, and you point at her. All over, Riley. Checkmate Riley doesn't make sense. We never really had like a chess thing between us. Riley gets up and you step back. One of her hands, she still carries her weapon. You remain alert and she heads towards you. You're mistaken, Captain. It's only just begun. No matter how many of us you finish, it will never be enough. The Children of the Sun will die in the name of Nartos until we have regained our former glory. We shall not sleep. We shall not rest. We shall continue to fight until our hatred has consumed the last soldier of the Republic. Nartos will be the light that guides us in battle, Captain. A true child born and forged under the flames of the sun. Nartos is just a man. Leanne Riley draws a terrifying smile that makes you shudder and remain silent. It didn't matter. You were sure that the interrogation headquarters of the Republic would make her want to talk. You approach her cautiously to catch her, but suddenly she raises her weapon and you stop cold. Leanne Riley lifts the gun to her head and stares at you. May the sunlight your way, Captain. No! The sound of the shot echoes across the bridge, silencing the fall of the body. The commander had ended her life before your eyes without you being able to do a thing. Fuck, we almost had her. The quiet atmosphere after that was overwhelming. Despite the integrity of the ship, many of the systems were shattered, including the artificial intelligence system. Bradley speaks to his crew through the communicator. Anderson, proceed to dock to the ship. Yes, we have rescued the captain, Wisbach, and Jackson. We come back empty-handed. Ugh. So, alright. The intention was never to capture the ship. The intention was to rescue me. Capturing Riley was stupid and foolish and led to the death of another one of my crew members. It's utterly absurd that they did not give me the chance to leave the ship. God, I resent that so much. We'll take care of Riley's ship. Riley arches an eyebrow while staring at you. We'll take Riley's ship to headquarters for rehabilitation. We'll use it to get close to Procyon. We look at each other and Bradley tries to interrupt you. We have some time until the fall of the commander is reported. We'll take advantage of the fact that we are considered dead to mix with the people of Nova Magna and find Nartos. The commander's ship and the equipment of her soldiers will allow us not to raise suspicions. We'll repair the ship before we leave.
Bradley, inform Admiral Mason of what happened. Don't talk to anyone else. It'll be much safer if this stays between us.
Are you sure about this? If the Children of the Sun were to discover you in Nova Magna, we would have no way of helping you. It's madness.
Banner is the only one who knows the true intentions of Nardos. We must find him before the children get whatever they're looking for. Otherwise, I fear it'll be our end.
All right, I'll take care of it. My crew and I will return to headquarters to report to Admiral Mason. Just try to stay alive until we meet again.
I will, Bradley. Thank you.
Good luck, Captain. Time to go, everyone. Engines at full power.
Before heading to Nova Magna, we'll stop to pay a visit to an old friend. We can't go through the children's sectors if the ship still uses Commander Riley and the former crew's IDs. May, get the warp engines ready. May?
Captain, Mai's been rather upset since she was captured by Riley's men. The ship's performance has been unstable ever since.
May? I'm really sorry that I worried you. But we need you now more than ever.
If I had known that I was going to be assembled to one of the children's ships, I would have let them take you, Captain. Have you ever tried wearing someone else's sweaty clothes? It must be a pretty similar experience.
I'm glad to hear you again. Warp engines at maximum power.
Let's hear the crew, heal the crew. Actually has the exact same weapon loadout. Although Helios and Andromeda. Is this like any of these? I wonder how this compares to my other ship. I don't remember what I had. Do I just not level anymore? Is it like a thing? Fuck, dude. I can't believe I lost Lily. That's unbelievably infuriating. Oh no, I just put them up here. Weapon. This is a burly as fuck ship. I'm pretty sure it's better than my other one. It has one less weapon slot though. But 300 weapon energy? That's insane. Other one had 200. Pretty sure more resistance and more shield also. Huh. Still has a picture of my old ship. Can't bug this. After I take over the Helios and Andromeda from Riley. Riley? Oh. I guess that does kind of look like a ship. It looks like the Explorer. I was gonna say this doesn't. This looks like an Explorer, but. Yeah. All right. So where's my shield damaging one? This guy. 6. $84, 91, 76. Generator. Yeah. I have to go to the bathroom. I shall be right back. All right. So, got everything done. This might be a better ship, just in general. Like, it looks like it has more hull and more shields. It has one less weapon emplacement. But that's it. It's got 50 more, 100 more weapon energy, which is pretty huge. Oh yeah, pretty damn huge. I actually really like the fact that it's not blue engines. We're going to the Allied station first. What? Who the fuck is Logan White?
Republic ship requesting docking permission, please.
Welcome, Captain. Dock at the assigned bay, please.
I just realized we announced ourselves as a Republic ship. Probably shouldn't announce ourselves as a Republic ship. Or pretending to not be a Republic ship. It's a sweet ship, by the way. Hello, doggy.
Docking complete. Only authorized personnel may disembark.
Pulse mines? Potent electromagnetic pulse when they detect a ship. The pulse generated is capable of rendering electronic components useless for a few seconds as well as damaging shields. Shield converter. Crew! Oh, don't know why I have this, but I do. Might as well recruit all these guys. Maybe not. I should have been periodically recruiting. Oh, look at them, they're all super high level too. Well, they're all like mid-level. I should have been recruiting guys that are like spam recruit people to just completely fill up my crew quarters with like people like this, with low-level guys without any allocation, stat allocation at all. So that way when a crew member dies, I can pump up whatever it is that they're missing. And at least replace the stats. Nobody can replace Lily. Buy these. Because it can. Can't sell. Upgrade this. This is shitty. I've got to have a better one of these. 53 or 56. Full damage. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's hella damage right there. Wait, I can get my old ship back? This one has 1,000 more hull. Solar shield regen, origin power, less weapon energy? Oh. Let's see. Wow. I would trade 1,000 hull for 100 more weapon energy. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Here. Okay. Here's my mother talking to the dog. The gate was bothering her, not settling down, so I gave her a little, what it basically is a hamster ball with a hole cut in it. You fill it with kibble, you kick it around, and eventually, when the hole rolls to the bottom of it, it drops some kibble out. It's a little, like, stimulating dog toy. Okay, so yeah. This, I was tired of the overheating. Plus with my sort of like spamming cooldown reduction stuff, we're gonna try this guy. Yeah, it actually does let me select that, which is really weird. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I kind of like the fact it lets me select it. I've never been a fan of never been a fan of when it locks you into like a ship that's not yours for any period of time. Alright, so let's go to this distress signal and try this ship out a little bit. So I guess they're going to do introductions later, but there's this guy named Logan White who will help me get fake IDs and shit, which will be interesting.
Head to the target. May, prepare boarding protocol.
Wait, somebody is still hurt on my ship? I just saw that somebody was still missing 1 health. Nice. There's Maria Semenov, still injured. They've been healed up. Nice. See, this is perfect. He's level 2. Do a little bit of a dance here. Get everybody all grouped. Engineers and our groups together. Alrighty. I do miss the contrast of the blue engines, just not the brightness of the blue engines. The ship is pretty good. That 300 weapon, ooh, that's great. Can't see shit because the bloom of the star. Just block it like that. Specialist Celestus.
Activate the shields. All hands to battle stations.
Look up there. That guy's long range artillery. Another one of me. That was pretty
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Then at the rear of my ship.
Target's neutralized, crew. We're out of danger.
Just get another weapon cooler. Nice. I can research the hell out of that. Yeah, having that extra weapon energy, that felt good. Like, the other one I could fire for like 4 seconds, because having less weapon energy in combination with having one more weapon slot, just damn. Contact them.
Pilot, take us to the next target.
Target's neutralized, crew. We're out of danger.
Remember? Tatiana. Excellent. 2 completely unupgraded guys. Completely unupgraded. That's great. If I ever lose a scientist. So, I don't know how to use these. Oh, piece of scrap. I'm not sure if these are used automatically or if I can use these, because like I keep gaining them. Reanimates this, so like I've tried dragging and dropping them when I'm in combat, because like I could have brought her back if I had a resuscitation kit, I think. I don't have any medals yet. I don't know why. I've got to be so deep into the game by now that like maybe medals are coming later. This is still early access. I hate saying those words, but it is. So I'm over here. Damn. No, I'm off. He's right there.
Warp successful, Captain. We've just reached the coordinates.
Wouldn't it be easier to ask the Republic's intelligence service for help, Captain?
I'm afraid there's no one left we can trust. After what happened with Admiral Flynn, we can no longer be sure that there aren't any more loyal men to Nardos among our ranks. I've known Logan and his team since we were kids. We can trust them with our lives. And what's more, his team is far beyond ready for this job. Even the Republic has often asked for their help in undercover operations.
Let's finish as soon as possible. This core slot reeks of feet.
Man, I hate to break it to you, but if we get to keep this ship, this is the ship that we're going to be using. Because it's nice. I like it a lot. Ah, thanks. See now, okay. I understand this correctly. I'm only going to be rolling 1 medicine die. Because there's 1 pip right here. Okay. Everybody does. I don't know why I'm only rolling 1 medicine dice. Oh. Oh, that's right. Bradley was a scientist that had all of my healing. Looks me, dude. Oh, really? Come back. Interesting, strange fleets. Oh, this is the tablet thing. Store prices are reduced by 15%. I'm never destroying this tablet. This tablet is too awesome. Granted, I had to execute one of the crew members because of the tablet. Damn, I'm getting so little experience. Like, because I've got hungover and wounded. Jesus, I think these... Oh, it hurts having both of these. Sucks. So hard. Oh my god. And I have Solidarity. Captain sacrifices some of their experience for the crew. I'm probably supposed to be raking in the experience. I got 21 experience for that little event right there. It would not surprise me if I was supposed to get like 100. More resources. Crew gains more experience. Firing costs less. Aptitude by 1 level, which is nice considering I have aptitude -1 level. Captain gains more experience. Great. That probably counteracts Solidarity, I guess. Crew gain more experience. Increases zoom. I could go without this actually. Charisma by 1. Increases damage of hull stuff. Greater chance of encountering enemies. Increases the agility of the ship. Increases weapon accuracy. Reduces luck. More accuracy but shoots slower. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I got pumped luck. I've yet to... I don't know what luck does, so hold on. The stars... I'm curious if it'll tell us what luck does. No official between the stars? Wiki. Luck. No... results. Let's try upgrades. Captain. Yeah, it's not a very developed wiki at all. Alright. I've totally been to this station, right? Right? Or did I just warp in and immediately go to the distress? Let's find out. I know there's a shipyard here.
Comms chief, request permission to dock.
Curious to know if there's other ships. Probably won't be able to use them.
Welcome, Captain. Kick your boots off. My house is your house.
Probably could use them. Because it let me pick a different ship. But I'm supposed to be using this ship. My research just dropped by 1, probably because someone died that I didn't want it to die. God, I really want more Galleons of the Republic. I don't know, I'm just drawing to them, which probably means that they're bad. Also, shield booster wouldn't be too bad. Okay, repeating cannon, 210 repeating cannon. 210 repeating cannon. See, this is what I'm talking about of why it's like I shouldn't like researching stuff is just not worth it. Because I could just buy this blueprint outright. And honestly, selling 4 repeating cannons probably would give me more credits than buying the blueprint outright. Like this guy is the 15 artillery cannon. I already like sold or whatever. I have nothing to do. Alright, let's go. Honestly, this makes me want to play Rebel Galaxy again. I'm not a super fan of the combat, just because it's a little difficult to tell where my bullets are going.
Activate the shields! All hands to battle stations!
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
God, it's so strong.
Targets neutralized, crew.
Absolutely
We're out of danger.
Insane how strong that is. Superior plasma cannon I like. What is flying around my ship? There's a little thing going. 149. Fuck yeah. Actually. We're scrapping. I was mainly curious. Okay. More random encounters, please. So shields are nice as long as you have enough utility slots to counteract any missiles that are coming your way. Because having like a hull tank ship is really dangerous because your crew gets fucked up as your hull takes damage. This ship's a little bit more balanced, like the other ship had hella resistances. This one's just got a little bit more shields, but this one just feels not tankier, I guess. I've just had random encounters to compare it to. Really, it's just the weapons that make it feel better. Alright, so one down there. So that's just hangar and exit, and... I've never actually read these. White family are childhood friends. The younger brother Logan has for years been coordinating a team of hackers who often communicate with the Republic's intelligence service. Although it's been a very long time since you last saw each other, if there's anyone who can help you, it's him. He set everything to ready and activate the boarding bridge, which squeaks for a few seconds while it's deployed. A light coming from the nearest star in the sector dazzles you as you get off your ship. Suddenly, the sound of a gunshot startles you. Stay there, I'll blow your head off. You're on the wrong planet, you bastards. You turn your head and recognize the man who is threateningly pointing a rifle at you. After lowering his glasses a couple of inches and looking at you askance, he lowers his weapon and eagerly walks towards you. Wizbok? By all the stars, goddamn universe, he scared me to death. What the hell are you doing here with the damn Helios Andromeda? I almost shot you. The crew looks at him puzzled as you shake hands. I haven't seen you in years. I thought the Children of the Sun would have killed you by now. They've tried it more than once. Oh, that was him talking, not me. They almost did it more than once. More than once, not scare him. Logan laughs out loud, as if he hadn't been about to blow your brains out just a few minutes ago. Come on, come on. Wizbok's friends are my friends. You leave the ship behind and you head to the farm. The whole place is littered with junk and all sorts of mechanical devices stacked on top of each other. These surround a building in the middle, a huge old house made almost entirely of wood, which doesn't look like the rest of the nearby structures, where the tools and the other utensils are stores. How's everybody? We're screwed. Like the whole galaxy is. With everything that's going on in our lives, we've been forced to stop at all the interventions. The boys are dying for a little action, but times are changing. Every day we're more and more exposed. On the other hand, the old man's getting worse. I guess he's just old, that is, but taking care of him and the farm, I'm a busy man, as you can see. Logan opens the door and invites you in. How's Susan? Haven't you heard? Susan left the farm years ago to a pulsar workshop. She was working on Thalma 6 before the attack on Tesset Stella. You feel a lump in your throat. Logan reads your mind and goes on. Don't worry, she's fine. She managed to escape before the children's soldiers reached the port of Anteros. Yet she's been quite absent since the attack. Seeing you will surely cheer her up. The inside of the house is just as you remembered it. It's as if time doesn't go by in this place. The smell of wood immediately transports you to the past where you gaze down the hall. Susan! Look who it is to come pay a visit! Hey! You hear something falling to the ground in a nearby room. Suddenly Susan appears in the doorframe with her eyes full of tears running towards you. Glad to see you again, As soon as she's close, she squeezes you with enough strength to break your ribs. Lit! I'm so glad to see you. I thought the Children of the Sun had killed you at Tesset Stella. She immediately steps back and taps you hard on the shoulder. Damn it, you should have let us know you were coming, that you're still alive. Logan and I thought you'd be dead by now. Sorry. In a minute or so, she's gone from relief to fury. You'd better be sorry. The captain's so busy that he can't even send a goddamn transmission to his old friends. Susan lowers her tone of voice and smiles again as she walks towards the crew. I guess you're staying for dinner with us, right? You see, Logan prepares a delicious lamb stew. Of course, thanks for your hospitality. After a little chat, you leave the crew at the house, helping Susan with the farm chores while you and Logan go out to look for firewood and speak privately. You've known the two brothers for many years. The fact that Logan already suspects your intentions doesn't take you by surprise. Okay, what are you doing here, Wizbok? I know you. We haven't heard from you in years, and all of a sudden you show up with your crew in a children's ship. I don't think you're here just to have a few beers and reminisce about old times. That's absolutely right. I have to ask you for a favor, Logan. Logan sighs while trying to hide his interest. What's it about this time? I need access to the Children of the Sun's database. We've taken over the ship of one of the Children of the Sun's commanders, and our plan is to infiltrate the Nova Magna headquarters. It would take me too long to explain how we've ended up here, but I believe this is the only way to put an end to this war, once and for all. With a gesture, Logan asks you to summarize your story. Although we have the ship's gear, I'm afraid it won't be enough. We need new ideas for myself and the crew, and we also need to modify the ship's records to certify us as the official crew. Forgery of documents, records, modifications on a warship. Why can't you just ask for money like old friends usually would do, Wizbok? There's more. We can't make sure that no one will check our IDs against headquarters records. I need you and your team to access the facility database and register us as an official unit. Logan remains silent as he meditates. After a few seconds, he starts talking again, looking really annoyed. No way. Not doing it. I'm sorry, Wizbok, but I'm not willing to risk my family for this war. I thought that you needed information or that you wanted access to some small military group's terminals, but hacking the Children of the Sun's central system, it's too much. Even if we manage to break through their first firewalls, they can detect us in a matter of minutes. It's the only way. I said no, Wizbog. You decided to join us, to join the Interstellar Republic of your own free will. Neither Susan or I have to pay for it. We protect you both, Logan. If anything goes wrong, I take you to headquarters immediately. Admiral Mason won't have a problem in how did the Interstellar Republic protect Susan? She's all the family I've got left. I already almost lost her. I'm not going to risk it happening again. My final word, we'll have dinner in peace and you'll leave at dawn. You won't drag us with you, Wizbog. Alright? It's pretty obvious that your request has upset Logan. Even you regret having to turn him in. Oh, I was just like, what? Even you regret having to turn to him, but you have no choice. He and his team are the only people capable of accessing the Children of the Sun's database without raising suspicion. Dinner takes place in a tense atmosphere. You know Logan is a good guy, but he's always been very stubborn. You understand the risk of being caught is high, but you've asked for him in help. You've asked him for help in the hope that he would understand that, although it's a desperate move, he's the only option you have. There's a brief silence during which Susan raises her voice. Okay, what's wrong with you two? After so many years without seeing each other, and now you don't even look at each other? What happened out there? You look up at Logan and he's staring at you, expecting you to remain silent. This is a friendship-ending move. From what I gathered, Susan would probably be willing to help me. Do I think what I'm doing will help us win the war on its own? No, I don't. This is a story, so yes, it probably will. But if this were real life, infiltrating a single facility from a small team probably won't help us win the war. Especially considering the fact that I have no real direction once I get there. At extreme risk to everybody else. And if they find out, everything's lost anyway. Nah, I ain't doing it. It's a fair deal. Although you do not share his opinion, Logan has every right to refuse something like this. You know that if the plan fails, the Children of the Sun will soon track down anyone who's tried to access their systems. Although you can't think of any other way to carry out your mission, it'd be best to leave the White family aside. We had a little argument, but it's settled now. After this conversation, dinner continues in a more relaxed environment. Little by little, everything goes back to normal. After a few mugs of the White's craft beer, problems seem much more bearable, and everyone cheers up. After a while, once you've finished, your crew members start leaving the room. You stand up to go outside to the house's porch, where Logan is lying on the floor while taking a deep drag on a cigarette and looking at the stars. Hi, Logan. I'm sorry for what happened in there, Wizbog. Thanks for not telling my sister. Knowing her, she'd drag both of us to hell if you asked her. Don't worry. I know you're doing this to protect your family. Can't take the risk, Wizbog. It's all I have left. Still, there could be another way. Another way. I know someone who might be able to do it. We haven't had much contact except for some operations in the past. But you know for sure that he's one of the best. I must warn you though, this guy's quite particular. Actually, I'm not even sure he'll be willing to help you. If you really want to do this, I can set up a meeting with him. Appreciate your help, Logan. It'd be really fucking cool if it was Dr. Chaos. Okay, we'll take care of the ship then. Shouldn't be too difficult to hack its security protocols without triggering any alert. Make sure the IDs match the false records. It will take me a few days to get in touch with my contact. He's particularly cautious, much more since the war began. If you agree to his terms, he'll validate the ship's records, we'll hack the children's databases. This should be enough for you to move around the area without raising too many questions. After talking for a while, you go up to bed. You would have preferred to settle the matter between yourselves, since you know that you can trust the Whites. But if this is the only way to do it, you'd have to move on. Bedtime. Yeah, bedtime. Guess we done. the wrong button. Sound of animals coming from outside wakes you up in a few hours after dawn. You go downstairs and meet your crew. As soon as you enter the dining room, Logan greets you as he takes the last sip of his coffee. It seems that someone overslept today. Where are the others? The boys woke up a few hours ago and have been helping us to check on the ship. The security protocol seems pretty strong, but no system is impenetrable. Can you make it? With the right equipment and enough time, we can do it, yes. Before I take any risks, though, I need Susan to finish the plans. You know her, she's a mechanical enthusiast, so this whole thing is like a challenge to her. As soon as we've checked the ship, I'll call my team to override the security system and access the logs. Although I'm afraid we're going to need something else to penetrate the system. Something else? Security protocol of the children's ships works like a linked chain. It's possible to identify one of the links. It's possible to identify one of the links, but if the last remain the same, it's possible to detect the integrity, the irregularity, and that would trigger an alarm. To make this possible, we need several systems that can authorize modifications avoiding detection. We can emulate the verification of the encoders with our own systems, but it would take months to decipher your ship's encoders and generate the compatible copies. In short, since we don't have months, we'll need at least half a dozen SCP identity encoders from other children's ships to carry out your plan. Take care of that. Logan looks at you concerned, and you try to reassure him. Come on, Logan, trust me. We'll be fine. I don't get it, Wizbach. The Interstellar Republic has thousands of captains at its command. Why do you have to risk it all? How far do you plan to go to end this war? Can't shirk my responsibilities. I've asked myself the same question hundreds of times. I'm the only one who gets this. This is bullshit, by the way. I can't shirk my responsibilities. I'm in the position to do this right now, so I should do this. I'm not the only one who can end this. Right now, I'm the one in this position. I've never questioned my own whatever. You both go back to your ship and help Susan and your crew with what they're doing for the rest of the day. The next morning, you and your crew prepare to take off again. We'll be back in a few days with the decoders you need. Susan says goodbye with another one of her strong hugs, and Logan shakes your hand tightly. We've opened the safe transmission channel. If everything goes fine, my contact will get in touch with you in a few days. See you, Miss Bob. Don't get killed. Boarding the ship. The boarding bridge closes and the crew gets ready for takeoff. Time to go.
Alright, does anyone know where to find the coders we're looking for?
Don't worry, Captain. Susan told us their exact location in the different models of the children's ships.
Great. Now we just have to come across a few enemy ships.
Amplifying search radius. Targets located.
Okay. Go to use and extract the encoders. Alright, I think I'll take a break here. Pick this up next time.